This video is how to run the automation for the air control at Grace Church. What you do is you go to this snowflake looking application or program called Building Automation. Double click and it starts. You just simply click OK, 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 and it runs. Then you go to the Grace Church over here. You right click and you hit connect, and it should bring this up, which means it's connecting. Then you're going to do most of your work over in this area to the left. What you do is you right click and you hit remove all, and then you get to decide what unit you bring up. So I right click again and hit append, which means appendage, and you can choose rooftop 1, which is the west unit that heats the fellowship hall and the women's Sunday school room and the church office where I am now. Rooftop 2 and 3 only heat the sanctuary. Rooftop 2 is the unit that heats the if you're standing at the sanctuary doors looking into the sanctuary, the units, this is for the unit on the right, and this rooftop 3 would be for the unit on the left. And then rooftop 4 heats all the classrooms on the other side of the hallway on the east side of the building. So this would be the 2 Sunday school rooms, the pastor's office, conference room, nursery, and resource room. There's also the hot water heater, which all that does is it doesn't determine temperature, it just regulates whether the hot water heater is on or off. Whether the hot water heater is sending hot water, the pump, actually it's for the pump that sends the hot water to the faucets. So if the pump is on, it will constantly make sure that there is warm water or hot water at the faucets immediately. So if you're going to change the temperature, you would say rooftop 1. You would double click that, and now you have all this over here that doesn't show you anything. So you right click here and you hit start, and just give it a second. And you'll see that it's running on the bottom, that blue line, and now it comes up. So now you've got set point right here. It says set point 69, and there's a set point right here that says 69. This top set point is the temperature that the unit will always try to be at, regardless of the season. I will always try to be at 69 degrees Monday through Saturday. This one right here, the second set point, you see this little S that I'm circling right here? That's showing you that we're talking about Sunday. So this is the set point for Sunday. The one up here is the set point for Monday through Saturday. You can see that the heat is off. The cooling is off, the fan is off, the economizer is off. There's nothing in this unit calling for heat or cooling or fan or the economizer to work. This DA is the air that's being dumped by the unit. If this unit were on, this temperature would be very high. This right here shows you the average temperature. It takes all those sensors and reads the temperatures in all the different rooms that the sensors are in, and then gives an average temperature so that you can kind of see which each room is. So I will go to, so let's say you wanted to change the set point. Let's say this is too cold and Sunday morning you wanted to be warmer. You just double click and it brings up this right here, and you would just change, just type in a new degree, say 70 degrees, and you hit apply and OK, and then it will change that. See that set point is changed to 70 degrees. And that would only be on Sundays because this set point up here is for Monday through Saturday. I want to change that back to 69, so and I just hit apply and okay. Now I'm done with this rooftop unit, so I'm going to right click, I'm going to hit stop, and then I'm going to hit right click again and hit remove all, and now I'm going to go append, and now I want to go to, say, rooftop 4, which is the unit that heats the regulates the Sunday schools, children's church classrooms, pastor's office, nursery, resource room. I right click and I hit start. It's thinking. You'll see the blue line at the bottom running, so you know it's thinking, and it brings up all the temps. You can see right now how this is different. This says heat unit. Heat is on, which means it's calling for heat, and you can see how this dispensed air is at 123 degrees. That's way higher. In the other unit, it was at like 60 or 50 degrees, because this is reading all that hot air going through the unit. And again, you've got your regular set point at 70. You've got your Sunday set point at 70. The heat is on right now. And then if you wanted to change the schedule, we'll get to that in a second. If you wanted to change the set point, you would double click the set point, change the temperature, hit OK. Now if you want to change the schedule, like when you want this unit to run, at what times you want it to get going, you go to function 33. So right here is F33, and it's only for unit 4. So F33 is the time schedule, and it's for SO4, which is unit 4. So if you were in unit 2 right now, this would say F33 SO2. So you double click that, and it should be bringing up. You can see at the bottom it's running these pages. Just wait, and it brings up the timing schedule. So we have the set point at 70 degrees on Sunday and 70 degrees on Monday through Saturday, so it's always at 70. And we've got Monday, there's no start or stop time, which means if there's no start time and no stop time, then this unit will automatically go into setback, and the setback temperature is always 10 degrees difference. So you can see down here it says setback, no automatic. If this were Monday right now, it's not, it's Thursday, but if this were Monday, the setback would be on, and instead of the unit trying to maintain 70 degrees, it would be maintaining 10 degrees less at 60 degrees. And it will go either 10 degrees warmer or 10 degrees cooler depending on the season and the outside temperature. So it will automatically be in setback if you do not have a scheduled time for this to run. Today is Thursday. If you look at Thursday, it says 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. This unit is going to constantly try to keep this set point of 70 degrees. So you could simply change this if you wanted, say, Friday morning. Let's say you've got a meeting on Monday, let's say. So the meeting's at, say, 10 a.m. Well, you want to give the unit 3 or 4 hours to slowly warm up to that temperature. Otherwise, it will. There's a setting in here that causes it to take the time to warm up so that it doesn't immediately blast the area with heat. So you want to give it. So if your meeting was at 10 a.m., you would set this for 6 a.m. and let's say your meeting ends at 12. Then you just set this for 12 p.m. or let's say it ends at 1. Then this is military time, so you'd set it for 13 p.m. and then you would just hit apply and OK. And again, I could just double click here and just to make sure that actually worked. You see at the bottom here, it's running the pages, it's thinking. Okay, it comes back up, and you can see that I set it from 6 to 1, and it would be good to go. Now, I don't want this running on Monday, so I'm going to hit zeros and 0, and then hit apply, and this will not run on Monday. So on Monday, This will be on setback, so it won't try to maintain 70 degrees. It'll maintain 60 degrees, which is good. So that is how you can do the scheduling for any unit. So if I do stop and then remove all, and let's say I want to go to a different unit, hit append. Let's say I want to do unit 2. Okay, and I'm going to start, see what unit 2 is at. Unit 2 should not be running. It should be on setback. We'll see what it says here. See how it says setback yes, because it's not calling for heat. It's not, the schedule isn't asking for heat right now. So instead of trying to keep the set point of 69 up here, it's trying to keep a set point of 59. So if I double click this, it should bring up the schedule for for unit 2. Before we just did the schedule for unit 4. So today's Thursday, and you can see that Thursday there is no time scheduled here, and because there's no time scheduled, it automatically goes into setback, and we'll keep the temperature of 10 degrees lower than the set point, which is 69, so that would be 59. If you wanted to change that, you would simply just, if I wanted to run the heat right now, I would just change this schedule to, see, it's 11 a.m. right now, so 11 a.m., let's say I want it on until 3, that would be 1500. I hit apply and OK, and what you'll see is that there should be a change. I don't think it's going to take effect as quickly as I think. It's still, you can see it was still processing in the bottom here. You can see that it's still thinking. What it should eventually do is this setback should change and say no automatic, meaning it's off, and the heat will turn on and call for this set point of 69. It might take a little while to do that, and I think if I right click, I'm going to leave it alone because it's still thinking. So just leave it alone. It'll work. I don't know how long it takes for it to process all this information, but it will kick on. And I'm just gonna trust that it will. And if I went here and hit stop and removed all, and then opened up appendage, and then came back to this, it would probably give me a new reading. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to hit stop here while it's still processing. So I'm gonna leave it alone. And that's about all you need to know for automation with our Grace Church units. If you have any questions, you need to talk to Dwayne or Shane or Mark, and we could help you. So that's it.